Team looking for a couple of shots. Someone not able to find anything just yet.
Lines up a few bullets. I think he tags up maybe 70. I didn't really get the exact confirmation on that one, but nonetheless, he's going to get out, as you mentioned.
So now moving into this last game for us, we are watching out for how some of these teams are looking to try and play things out. Again, Cloud9 FaZe continue to maintain the top pole position, following after Liquid has a chance to try and pull things away from FaZe with a 300-point gap. It's difficult for himself as well. Oh, not 300-point gap, actually, it's only about a 100-point gap. So actually, decent position for Liquid. Still difficult for them to manage to come in for the steal on first place though. While Cloud9 maintain a decent number, maintain a decent half-place finish in this game, would still be safe away from Liquid.
Suffice to say, there is a small gap that they can work with to guarantee that they get first, but that is if they finish middle of the pack. If they drop early, then their fate is in the hands of Liquid and FaZe Clan.
Right, and then past that, Arrowwolf very far away from being able to contest. Falling in first place and Rocket as well, so difficult for those teams to now look for the first place. Instead, could still try to push in for the top 3. Mainly going to be on the back of Arrowwolf though. Rocket's still pretty far away.
I want to talk about the spread here because on the western side of the map, it's a pretty good spread, but on the east they have no power. There's 4 teams just congested around there. It's LGD, Refund Gaming, and HQ. And slightly to the left of that is Team 17, so a bit of a tight pack and squeeze there.
Yeah, Refund, once again, no place they can really call home. They just move around to wherever they want to be. Interesting that we see them now close my LGD. They've maintained this position for themselves throughout the rest of these entire games that we've seen.
HK9 now, the team that finished second, I believe, in the second game. So far, it's been a quiet early game, apart from that one early kill from Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza getting that early kill, not going to be too big of a difference, I think. I think definitely helps Liquid towards the goal of being able to achieve that win towards the very end. Cloud9 still holding a pretty good position for themselves. So you can see both teams, Liquid in the N.H.A and Cloud9 N.A over by Georgia Pool, over in South Georgia Pool, are both a little bit ways away from the edge of the circle. So I'm wondering if they want to start pushing in and try and look for a heavy engage in the center of the play zone. Unfortunately, lane drop means that they ended up having to take a little bit longer to try and move into a position they could start farming from.
Yeah, the starting route for the plane, like we said, it was really deep south, so for them to transition over to their default starting position takes a bit too long.
Yeah, so there's constant time to start loading up, so generally if you have that 30-minute window to try and get a pretty quick farm up, that's not going to happen. It's not going to be the case for games like this.
Hence, slightly more delayed, I would say.
Yeah, definitely more delayed entry points into the play zone, into a spot where you could try to hold down from. Liquid has been a very big fan of that strategy, moving into a central area and then trying to control from there, and then it makes it very easy for them to try and move into the next parts of the map. But right now, it's a little bit more difficult. They have to spend a little bit more time trying to farm up, and they won't be able to rotate as quickly, or they might find themselves a little bit unglued. So I'm looking forward to see what they choose to do in this last game.
GD here, opting to go with the split. JY's off on his own. Meanwhile, Rocket Armor pushing in past the island, off the bridge. We'll be looking at HQ on their right, but we'll be deciding to opt away from that. So despite minimal knowledge of the positioning of HQ, they go the other way, which is 50-50, but a good guess.
Rocket Armor still want to be able to place this point, unlikely to manage to get into the top 3.
Well, Homeboy doesn't have any weapons here, I think.
Still has a good chance to place top 5, so at this point, if they're trying to rotate around a little bit, GDE versus Sun Sisters. The Sun Sisters has been a team who has not had a lucky break at all. Looking for aggressive finds, they push in to try and set the pace for themselves.
JY pushing down the slope will set his sights onto Gabe. Has the weapons to deal with him, but deferring away in vector and direction is going to avoid him.
Meanwhile, C9NA making an earlier call to move in. So this is a direct contrast from what Liquid's doing. Liquid's taking the time before they start trying to push in.
Yeah.
C9NA, on the other hand, are looking to try and move in earlier on, and then from there, they want to establish control of the play zone. So they prioritize being able to move into a more central position, rotating around the play zone.
It makes sense though strategically, because if they want to be the last team alive, all they have to do is just control the play zone and get in early. Then they can start to aim for the positioning points. Finally finding him, JY, getting the shots down. Knocks game down, and meanwhile Rocket Armor will take the fight against 17. Bit of an issue there in terms of the vehicles. It was going to blow up and then end up killing a member, and the second one going down the way of Hexa. 17, the Chinese team, might be the first to fall here in this final game for today.
Rocket now looking to slowly inch forward. They might be looking for a wider rotation to try and push into the play zone, especially since there's quite a bit of open space along the top side where you could try and move in from.
That's what we come to expect from Liquid though. Them just taking the wider rotation out to get a safer angle for re-entry. Sun Sisters here, Sinway is going to get the kill onto Kane, so GDE lose one as well. Despite putting themselves early ahead with that kill onto M17, or M17 rather, Team 17.
So GDE get neutralized. But overall, yeah, Liquid as team have seen themselves very adaptable. They've chosen different strategies between wider rotations, between moving into the play zone early on, as well as this time around, waiting on the wide rotation, looking to try and play things safer, making a move in only when they absolutely have to. And from there, they can try to look to penetrate into an open space. HK9 finally gets taken down.
It's a good shot through, and N.H.A getting the damage done for OMG. In front, Solomon is just going to abandon his teammate. There's nothing he can do, of course, getting the execute down. Sun Sisters finding GDE. They were on the same area together earlier on, playing around military base, but the Japanese representatives will get the drop on the Hong Kong home team.
Both teams moving out from military base, and we see one of them being able to come up ahead of the other. It's going to see GDE fall in a bad position early on to this game. Pachinki now going to be the space that Arrowwolf are working around. If another game ends up in Pachinki, man, that would be an insane double game for Arrowwolf off the back of an incredible game to win.
Yeah, all cards on the table. The game which ended in Pachinki yesterday almost made me lose my voice. So if this is the way the series ends today, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
GDE now actually looking to come in from the other side, opting to move away from where Sun Sisters have set up base and control around the bottom pocket of that bridge, and FaZe also in position to try and intercept them if they try and move forward.
GDE had no choice because they tried to push past the river and then they tried to push into the bridge but got taken out, so this forces them to make a different rotation off the other bridge.
And now rotating over into Refund Gaming. Liquid having pushed over from N.H.A at some point, see themselves over, still in the play zone, but it looked like they want to rotate over to the right hand side, but you feel like there's a little bit more space and better terrain control for themselves. FaZe now looking to make them move over as well. The play zone having shifted over to that end means that some of these teams now have to try and push deeper in if they want to get a good spot. HK9.
Oh, turns the corner and will find a kill on Tong Sing with a bullet to the face, and is going to start looting his dead body after that as well. Jeez, that was dirty.
Yeah, I mean, that was weird. I was looking at the mini map. I was like, there's a player there. Where's the player? Comes around, gets the kill. 17 get wiped out. It's a very early first team being removed from the game.
Thought he set the trap. In fact, he was the one that was trapped behind that door, and now Lion KK taking the fight to Maxi from FaZe. Car arriving to provide additional cover. This is the guy that won the MVP and FPP for PGI. Shots down across, spraying the bullets onto the car. It's a Hail Mary now switching over. Ammunition running low. It's gonna reload.
What a hero coming in with a vehicle, looking for the save on this teammate. FaZe managed to maintain a 4-man strong position.
Problem now is they don't have the vehicle to get out, so they need the smokes, they need the utility. Otherwise, it has to be the assist coming in from the teammates to fetch them out of this terrible, terrible situation.
Talking about the smokes and the utility, here we go. FaZe setting up a wall of cover. Should be looking to try and back up pretty soon.
NK spraying down the wall of smoke being set up by FaZe, but not catching anyone with these one-taps. Instead, goes for the next vehicle that is in sight. Will be the motorcycle that he wants to blow up to deny any point of exit from FaZe.
FaZe, that's going to be a difficult position to play around. They have 2 players ahead that could try and pull back in to look for the save. It's kind of difficult to try and make them move back in, and overall it looks like they might just want to hold their players there until the OMG have to be the ones to move.
4 separate caravans pushing in for Liquid, and that is going to provide a lot more safety. Granted, they don't get picked off. Now FaZe, as we mentioned before, getting pinned down by NK, now healing up. Maxi and FaZe don't have all too much to work with. Will descend down the slope to get to further cover. Opting to take the long way around this one.
Doesn't look like there's a vehicle for them to pick up here as well, so just gonna have to make a long rotation over. Supply crate actually comes over kind of nearby, but I don't think that they want to go for that. They might if they see it as an opportunity to while they're here anyway.
The Fuzz is going for a swim. He should be looking to pick that up. I think the plan here is you have Maxi sort of sit slightly behind just in case they get contacted early on.
Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any other team who is making an aggressive push over, and they know this information, so they might be looking to try and go for that, but FaZe just cuts the corner. Being out in open water is a very risky move, so
true.
They are looking to play things safe a little bit. There we go. See, looking to try and pick this up while FaZe pushes forward first.
Meanwhile, Moody will get dropped here. Nerf riding in. It's a trap, man. Don't go in. He's going to get tagged up. Finally gets to the building, but barely makes it behind cover. Saw his head sticking out for a second or two. Salmon might have been a bit excited to see that. Rez might definitely rather coming in here for C9 as the circle gets a bit more occupied, falling square on top of Rocket Armor, in fact, as well as Flash Wolves.
HU now camped down this house, Rocket Armor in a nearby position as well. Could be looking to try and go in a little bit of a fight. Liquid now packing up. They found space here in farm, now moving over to into the play zone. So now N.H.A finally return damage onto LGD after the teammate got knocked down. So now just pushing into the play zone alongside HK9, alongside the likes of Liquid. Everybody's looking for a space. LGD a little bit slow on the uptake.
Liquid as well on the push, and like you mentioned, the space is important here. You really have to claim your own territory and some sort of compound to defend. HK9 going for 2 separate compounds, in fact. Splitting their forces up. C9 on the high ground. A bit of friendly fire coming in for the Korean counterparts, but it's going to be Flash Wolves that gets knocked up here by Refund Gaming. The bullets all flying in a single shot will get N.H.A out of this game.
Dropping the first player for Flash Wolves. They're watching down the compound that Flash Wolves are holding out, and they could look for the push in. Otherwise, taking things slow. Refund not looking to try and troll this game. They have had some better games off the second day, but still.
Want to pay attention to C9 as well as Team Liquid. Here on the split screen, we see Refund taking the fight, getting tunneled on by Momo here. Flash Wolves landing the shots, riding away. None of them actually catching. You can see the trail of smoke just behind him, and eventually will get out, but it's only a single member. There's 3 more. The buggies in open space. They're pretty afraid to go and take this. Approaching it might be certain death here. Momo looking away, gives a small window for Refund if they want to peek out.
Yeah, both teams. I feel like Refund, all Flash Wolves is their best mode to get a kill. Have opportunity to DJ Ship, I believe, look to try and drive away on the bike by himself. So that's an interesting move. Actually get a knockdown onto Refund, man. I'm not sure why. Onto Refund Mixie. So not sure why they want to go for that. James on the back end, get the knockdown onto Funky.
So this is a pincer here. Liquid coming up with the kills is going to mean a lot for them as they look to transition into first place. James one tapping away in the smoke. He sees a member of FaZe in the distance, but opts to go back to his Vietnamese target still.
REFUNG down to very little health at this point. Trying to find a res onto the one teammate who's about to get taken down. No kill confirmation yet, so I imagine they managed to find it. And there we go, Mixie gets rezzed. Care package nearby as well. Rocket and REFUNG, the closest teams to it. But in such an open space, there's very little possibility to try and move over and pick this up.
I was just going to talk about how this is absolutely not obstructed by cover. So if you walk up and take it, either REFUNG or Rocket are just going to have their way with you.
It looks like C9NA might be looking to take a couple shots too if you move over. Liquid as well. So 4 teams who could try and go for the care package, but just means that no team is going to go for the care package.
Not missing on all too much. I mean, sure, there's a ghillie suit in tier 3, but grand scheme of things, getting killed over that is not the best strategy. C9 Korea in the center of the next plays on the HQ as well. There are multiple teams already inside, so 3 teams lucking out on the draw.
This is saying as well, Airwolf have locked out. They went over to Pachiki, they started out from that position, have constantly moved over ever so slightly, and they inch forward. No team in contest with that space, so they've constantly been able to just move in without taking damage, without having to take shots at anybody else.
But we saw the teams that didn't luck out into the safe zone were Liquid as well as C9NA that have to commit to this push now. Try to find an area that they're comfortable playing in. HK9, another one relocating into this building. Big fight going on here. Liquid Ibiza getting taken out very quickly by Moody. They're gatekeeping them, not letting them out of the compound. They're setting up this crossfire, going the way of C9 so far. EB, the first one to fall on the high ground, is James, and he's scouting out, calling the information out to his team. He's going to see Stab retreat into the house. A peek is going to guarantee a kill here if he can land the shots.
This is Liquid's opportunity to come into the top place. They have to get the early kill onto C9, take them down at 15 plays, and then move forward from there.
The res coming in from Scoon onto EB, and that's a 4-4-4 still. Both teams opting to disengage. Meanwhile, LGD will find GDE here. The kill going across, and it's going to go the way of LGD as GDE gets eliminated. Second team to fall this game. The Hong Kong home team coming in 15th place. The 4th game today.
Liquid ready to bail from the situation. They just want to move to a better position in the play zone, not looking to try and move in C9NA. Decide to try and slowly inch forward, looking to scout things out a little bit, but they hear the vehicles moving over and they should back off.
Flash wolves have completely wrecked this site while looking for REFUNG Gaming. The Vietnamese representative still stuck inside this house. Funky M and his teammates can't really do anything. Mixie looking to peek out, but might be caught just on the fringe of that building. Mixlaw is going to come and flank onto Liquid, and Liquid and a whole world of hurt. James and 70 already falling down. Scoop might be the next to go down, as well as HK9 with a massive flank on the back of Liquid. There goes Scoop. Only one more member of Liquid left. TSM now understand this and take the fight to HKM as well. Multiple teams going down across the map, and GMT falls as well for FaZe. Mixing next for LGD.
Are you kidding me? The top 3 teams are just finding absolute firefights right now.
You say top 3, but C9 completely untouched, and everyone here should be cheering on C9 squad because their biggest competitors are getting eliminated and decimated off the map. Maxi drops the LGD. OMG will be the target next for LGD as well.
Squad in the crossfire. OMG trying to move in. FaZe drop multiple members. Liquid drop multiple members, and now C9KR in position to try and hold down onto Liquid. Cloud9 and a half the outskirts. This is a great position for themselves.
You can see FaZe so hesitant to push in, so much caution, knowing they only have 2. Liquid stuck with a single member, I believe. EB, the last member to stand here. Could look to sneak into top 3 and maybe try and clutch things out, but as it stands, numbers advantage belonging to C9 and A.
He's finding returning shots onto LGD as LGD makes their move into the play zone.
Rocket Armor finding the kill onto REFUNG. Popping the nades out, throwing it across the ridge line, trying to make it stick onto LGD. It's square on top of them. It might just blow them up. He gets the first one on the Sin 8. Not really going to find TJW just yet.
It's a difficult position. I mean, they still have FaZe in contest for that position there, so could look for shots on the OMG if they stay for too long, so they're opting to rotate instead. Smoke coming in, TJW is trying to stay alive for as long as he can.
Absolutely right. The res on the shell high. There's two fire teams split up on the left and right. OMG looking to rejoin into a single unit soon.
We've already seen LGD manage to survive into the hyper late play zones just off the stealth gameplay. So now TJW wants to make a repeat.
Now granted, we were talking about playing spoilers, and LGD really came up huge in that massive backstab onto Team Liquid. Just eliminating 3 members off the bat makes it so tough for them to contest first place now.
Absolutely. So now it's going to have to be...
FaZe have 2, Liquid have 1. EB and how Mike gets spotted out. They see his legs. HK9 takes the shot mid-slow. The man in charge of eliminating Liquid from this competition.
Where... Bees are just getting taken down at this point. He's caught in between so many different teams. The second he tries to move forward, I would highly expect teams to just come in and collapse onto him.
Yeah, EB stuck in a bad position. The 2-meter tall player can't really rotate out of there. Sure, he can get in a vehicle and jet out, but still not the best idea as he's getting watched now. Arrow will lose a single member here in the form of RDK.
TSM, a team that we haven't really been paying much attention to in this game, are now pushing in, strong arming their way into the play zone, but right around circumference. Smack and Rory will end up taking shots coming in though. C9 and A holding position on that.
Xedi pushing in, will get caught out. Arrow pushing in as well, is going to get caught out by Sun Sisters. The crossfire is good from the Japanese squad. Now TSM make it behind this building. In time, the cover is there for them to retreat and recover.
Wolf managed to find a knife down TSM. Oh my goodness, the snipe coming from winner.
Spoke too soon. There's the shots coming from HQ and the kill as well onto Smack. So only 3 members alive for TSM. Remember, TSM second half finishing not all too high, if I'm not wrong, only 8th or 9th position. And HQ now, the Chinese as well as these Taiwanese teams really doing a lot to upset the front of the pack teams.
We had the turnaround coming in for the Chinese, the Eastern teams, in fact.
Just as I say that, Flash Wolves removes Nerf from the game, and C9 and A now only left with 3.
Holding true to that statement, they're managing to find the Western teams. This last game coming in has not looked good for FaZe, for Liquid. LGD get wiped out. Looks like Rocket get the confirmation for that.
Rocket are the ones to get OMG and LGD, a single member from each squad down now. The Koreans doing not too good this game. HQ peeking out of the window. We'll see a single member now. Moody getting dropped by Flash Wolves.
But they've done the job. They've done what they needed to do. LGD came in, played spoiler, and have put behind the Western teams.
While the focus is on C9 and A now, EB is still stuck in the same spot that we saw him in before. The counterparts, Moody going to drop now, and the C9 and A counterparts, the Koreans, still have 4 members strong.
C9KR, even with 4 players, are not looking to move any more aggressively. They have strong position in the house.
They don't have to move anywhere because people are walking up to them to get the knockdown onto a single member of Arrows and looking for the kill after that. Meanwhile, Milk is just spotting this rotation out from TSM. They see the vehicles coming in. He sees a member on the open. It's going to be EB that gets the kill, but he's going to get taken down after that by TSM. Now TSM wide in the open, have to get behind cover, just behind a rock in the Jeep. Milk taking the shots from above, raining death down.
12th place coming in for Liquid. That's so bad for them. They wanted to push forward. All they needed to do was get a 300-point lead over FaZe in this game. No, not even all they needed to do. It was a task. It's an uphill battle to get a 300-point lead over FaZe to pull in for second. But they weren't able to do that.
Looks to be a very upsetting finish here as Airwolf will find another member on the ground. Sun Sisters coming in to disrupt the plans. Viking in, HK9 barely avoiding the gunfire. Rocket Armor Mia doing a good job there. What? The kill out of the fog? How did they get that shot on doing so much? HK9 are getting Hexedi out as well? The spoilers from the Eastern team and FaZe finishing 10 is horrible. The top 3 teams all completely eliminated. This is an extremely Eastern finish here, granted.
This is absolutely insane. Liquid dropping FaZe so early on to the game. Now it's down to C9. They basically can say, we've won this game. They could die at this point and they don't have to worry.
Milk falling after doing so much work. against the Western teams now. This is the grenade that's gonna take out TSM. They're just pushing up. AHQ what? They smell blood in the water, and they're going in onto this. They blow up the cars as well for special effects, and they're gonna finish them off. SR and K3 tag teaming up. But still, Rory is in the smoke and he's hiding this one out. He can't really get picked up just yet, getting tagged down very, very low. The shots coming from the side on SR and K3. Using the first aid kit to heal up. The smoke is just disrupting so much, but eventually the grenade will do it. And Arrow Wolves as well, losing another member across the map.
TSM dropping in 7th place just seconds after the loss of Arrowwolf here.
It's over. Granted, first place belongs to C9, knowing that they're still alive and their competitors are out of this game. It's just the Eastern teams now fighting for pride to push themselves up in ranking.
There's only so much the rest of these teams can do. 17 alive at this point. C9 N.H.A caught in a bad position and trying to push forward, but end up taking shots from Rocket. That's going to be the first play going down to the second, and C9 get taken out.
In 6th place? Doesn't matter because there's more than enough points for C9 to become the champions of the PUBG Invitational Hong Kong. The game is still going on. We're looking for the winner of chicken dinner in this final game for today. OMG, AHQ, C9 Korea, and HK9 are still the teams that are pushing in. Rocket Armor very far outside.
C9KR with a good position off this house's HQ. Not too bad for themselves as well, but still a little bit difficult.
Rocket Armor with the delayed push. They have a good amount of firepower to get in. Rocket will get spotted out by Lion KK.
I have to mention as well, HK9 still alive, and I'm not sure exactly what he's supposed to do at this point. He's in the corner of the play zone by himself. But as Rocket rotate in, you would expect them to move into...
Yo, this man is a statue, but he's not looking behind him because HQ are creeping. HQ are creeping up behind him.
Getting a view around him. There's still decent amount of high terrain, but as you mentioned, HQ, if they rotate over, could find a couple shots. Now OMG and Rocket in a bit of a firefight.
OMG are the ones that drop first. It's going to be Xiaoha that takes a knee. Rocket Armor doing a good amount of work, and Line KK getting tagged up next. The shots connecting onto the Chinese squad.
Running out of boost, all he has. The instant heals coming in.
Rocket now find AHQ. They knock down K3 and try to get the kill, but no, the revenge is good coming in from AHQ. The cover fire, so good from the Taiwanese squad.
Soma holding silent.
I'm telling you, man, he's creeping, he sees him, he needs to pull the trigger. The patience coming in from Salmon doesn't get the firepower down onto me, and now moving forward, the Korean might see himself getting taken down, jumping away. Salmon very, very patient here. He knows they can get more. He knows they can finish him off. If he sees the whole squad, the grenade's going out. This guy doesn't even know. He misses the shot. Did he even pull the trigger?
He hasn't even done anything yet.
He's waiting for two. He's being very greedy here. Salmon waiting to see if he can get Emin Young as well. If he waits too long, though, AHQ is just going to creep up behind him and take him out. It has to be now. It has to be now.
Rotates around. He just waits for Rocket and Sid to get rid of each other. Doesn't even bother going on the fight.
Oh, he sees him now. He's going to take the kill away. He's going to steal it away. Somehow he gets it. He still hasn't revealed his position. HK9 Salmon punching it out. Now this call will be made. They are going to turn this corner and try and get him down.
Oh my goodness,
onto Rocket Armor. Salmon is insane now. He's got a knockdown. He's gone on both feet. No longer proning. Taking the fight to Rocket Armor. He gets two down. But on his right, the flank coming in from C9. This 4-minute stroke. He gets one, but eventually will get knocked out. There's still 3 teams left in this circle. Granted, Salmon clutching it out for HK9, but the Koreans coming in. The onslaught is unstoppable. HQ off the side, playing very cautiously. They don't want to fall into the trap of the Korean squad from C9 here. Rocket Armor still Hexa, the last one, taking his position behind the car and just being very sneaky. It's perfect cover. They don't see him.
Working off this terrain, Catch might push forward to look for Rocket in that position, but he's not doing so just yet. Instead, opting for the flank onto AHQ.
They're not checking this. They're not checking this. This could be a massive mistake.
Now looking to play spoiler, holding on Hexa. man standing on his team, but the play zone starting to close in. He's trying to crawl in.
Crawling in makes it through the tall grass, so that's going to give him a bit more leeway to hide himself. The cover is good. He throws the grenade out. They don't know where it's coming from. HQ only thing that the C9 Korea inside here. A lot of disruption being thrown down, and N.H.A just doing a bit of work. SR is in the middle of the smoke between two Koreans, and C9 Deception getting knocked down. Winner will be the one responsible for that fight.
And Winner is an absolute beast with the firing coming in.
They're fighting back to back. HQ getting so much stun. C9 Korea might just get eliminated.
Oh my goodness!
Go down. Hexa somehow clutching this out. He's still hidden. They don't know where he is. Now he's standing up. He's taking a fight to HQ. He's so healthy still, though.
Oh, but a shot coming in from SR, and HQ off 2 wins.
2 back-to-back wins for HQ means that they leapfrog ahead in standings, but I don't think it's enough.
It's still not enough to make it in to the top 5.